what do I think about Duolingo? I think Duolingo, it probably can't help you reach fluency. I feel like the only way you can reach fluency is by speaking the language with native speakers, and eventually you'll just learn naturally the way to talk. Like, you just will. Like, the more practice you get with people that already speak it, that to me will help you reach fluency. But I feel like you also need to set a ground, like a foundation, I guess, a learning foundation. And, and that's by learning the rules of the language, the sounds of the language, stuff like that, how to use the words and how not to use the words. I mean, that's what the foundation, and that's, learning the staples with grammar and all that stuff. Because I think all of it obviously does play a part. It's not necessarily a waste of time to learn grammar. It's just not the most efficient way to, that's not going to take you very far. Just learning the grammar rules, that's not enough. But Duolingo, I think Duolingo is beneficial because in some sense it is comprehensible input. There was things that I learned on Duolingo, like certain vocabulary words that I ended up hearing it before I heard it on Dreaming Spanish, and then I went to Dreaming Spanish and I was able to recognize words. I was able to recognize words from Duolingo. So it's like, to me, that shows me that Duolingo does work. The fact that I was able to recognize the stuff or the content from Duolingo, I was able to recognize that content and other content, specifically Dreaming Spanish content. So, to me, that shows that Duolingo is effective. Is it the best way? Definitely, I think you can clearly say that it's not the best way, but I think that it's complementary. It can be very complimentary, especially it's just like another way to get involved. I almost feel like if it helps with your motivation into learning the language, I feel like it's all beneficiary. Like, whatever helps you, whether it's if you want to study grammar, study grammar. Like, don't just study grammar, of course. You need to get input. You need to get, you need to be around the language, not just in a textbook or something like that, or an app. But I just feel like if Duolingo is easy for you right now, like if that helps you build your confidence, then go for it, because it's still going to work. Like I said, I'm noticing words from Duolingo in Dreaming Spanish content, so that proves to me that it isn't just a waste of time app. And the best thing about it is free, of course. But Dreaming Spanish content is also free, but they have more content on their website. On the Dreaming Spanish website, they have more content that you can pay for, but Duolingo's the same, and all these other apps, they have their things where you can buy perks and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's all, yeah, I mean, and they got to make some money off of this, too. I mean, why not? If that's how they make a living, it's understandable. But overall, I think Duolingo works. It's just not, don't just think that once you finish Duolingo, you're going to be fluent, because I don't think that's going to happen. It might. It might, but I seriously doubt it. You're gonna need to talk to people and be around it. And Duolingo, like, it's so, there's some sentences that's just kind of like they're just putting words together. It's not really something I would find myself saying, or at least not saying it the way that it words it. And so it's kind of like awkward structuring and stuff like that. And then the voices, I think there's a few voice actors, but some of it's AI generated. So the sounds is kind of artificial. Some of Duolingo sounds is kind of quite, it sounds kind of right, I guess. It sounds like it coming from a native speaker, but some of it I can just tell that it's artificial. So, it's, as far as more of an authentic experience, Dreaming Spanish offers real teachers, real people, real dialects from these countries, native speaking countries of Spanish, and it's like that. It's more authentic than the Duolingo experience. Something that I felt was really awesome is the progress. I'm at, what am I at? Hold on. I'm at 341 hours, give or take. I think I'm at like 350 because I stopped counting and I've been doing the Dream in Spanish website that counts the hours for you, and I haven't wrote on the board, something like 350, something like that. Um, but I went back and listened to one of the series on the Dreaming Spanish website, the big Super Beginner series. And when I first heard it, I was kind of like, I don't know, this is kind of difficult. I went back today and listened to it, and it's like it was really easy, like super easy. Like it was great. I really like was excited about that. Um, as far as like, I've also changed my hours input. I'm trying to get to 50 hours on just super beginner videos alone. Like just that, like whatever the amount of hours it's recommending that you be in that level. I want to do just video, like the amount of hours it takes. I want to do those amount of hours specifically for that video category. And I haven't done that yet. So I'm almost at 50 hours with just super beginner videos. Total hours, I'm at like 350, something like that, give or take. But all those hours aren't just streaming with Spanish videos. But I think I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna count like the regular stuff that I do towards the hours, and then I'm gonna keep like a separate count on the Dream in Spanish website that has a counter for you. I'm gonna do a separate count of just hours specifically on the videos, and so it's just a new way to mess around with, experiment with my input hours and like what's effective and that I get the most out of it. And it's a slow process. It's slow for me anyway, because I don't know. I'm not around a lot of people that speak it. Like at work, I am, but it's like you have to work at work. You can't just hang out and talk to people. I mean, you can a little bit, but not like you want to at this beginner stage. So it's difficult right now. It's slow, but there's definitely progress, a lot of progress. So that's awesome. Um, I don't know. I just so far this is where I'm at. I'm hopefully can keep on going. Got some plans for the new year. Got another concert coming up in the new year. Hopefully that goes well. It doesn't get canceled and everything just works out pretty good, like the last two I went to. So, yeah. So far this is where we're at. 350 hours. Kind of keep moving forward.